For years, my sleep was a loop I couldn't get out of. Fall asleep at 2 and wake up at noon or maybe 1 p.m. feeling like the day is already gotten away from me. Promise myself I'd sleep early and then lie there wide awake at midnight. And what actually fixed it wasn't going to bed earlier. I stopped to control when I fall asleep at all and changed the other end instead. I still ruin it some weeks, and this is what I do to get back. When I had broke sleep, I was going to bed at around 3 a.m. and wake up at around 1 p.m. You might think it's 10 hours of sleep. Yes, but in the wrong time. I usually wake up feeling very bad because I wasted all the morning. And I also was thinking about the gym because after 3 p.m. the gym starts to get a little bit too crowded. So I start skipping my sessions because I don't want to go to a crowded gym. And I also had no energy, no drive. I didn't want to do anything. Sometimes my friends just call me to go out. I just say no. I don't know what's happening with me. I don't want to stay in bed, but at the same time, I don't have the energy to do something else. I was feeling so guilty because I knew that was wrong. I was doing the wrong things at all time. I was taking bad decisions all time, and that leads me to even do worse things and take worse habits, which is playing video games or sometimes eating junk food. And those habits led me to feel even worse with an oily skin, maybe sweat, maybe depression, maybe anxiety. I was feeling so bad. Then I start promising myself. I would say to myself, bro, tonight I'm gonna sleep early. I'm gonna go to bed at 11. I would get in bed at 11, determined, and just lie there. Because here is the thing nobody says. You can't decide when you fall asleep. It's not a choice you make. So every plan I had was built on the part that I cannot control. So I stopped trying, not the whole thing. I stopped trying to control when I fall asleep. I picked the wake up time and made that the only rule. But that rule was brutal. I remember I was going to bed at 3 a.m. as usual and I was setting my alarm for 8:30. Then I would wake up at 8:30, but I was super tired, super sleepy. I said to myself that I need a nap during the day, but I resisted. And I'm not gonna lie. The day I woke up at 8:30 was a little bit better than the day I woke up at 1 p.m. because at least I didn't waste the morning and at least I had a purpose of doing this thing. But I was so tired, I was so sleepy, I couldn't do anything, I couldn't focus on my work, I couldn't focus on my studies, I couldn't do anything. But I knew for a fact that I have to sacrifice one day for the next days. But around day 3, sleep starts to come earlier on its own. And that's the whole mechanism. Being tired at the right time is not discipline, it's a consequence. You earn it during the day, you don't summon it at night, which is what everything else I do is for. None of these are sleep tips, they only exist to make that one rule survivable. As soon as you wake up, get 10 minutes of sunlight. I don't care if it's cloudy, I don't care if it's raining. A cloudy weather is 10 times more sunny than your room, even if you have a big window, because that sets the clock and gets you actually awake. Don't you wonder why sometimes when you wake up in the morning you feel really sleepy, but after you commute to your work or after you go to your school you actually feel a lot more awake? Not because it's been an hour since you woke up, but because when you got out, you actually had so much sunlight that you would actually thought. And also go to the gym, take a walk, socialize, talk to people. Sleep is not for free. You should earn that. You should get tired at the end of the day. If you stay in your room all day, no wonder you can't fall asleep, because you didn't use your body to actually get tired. Sleep in a cool room. For me personally, this is my biggest struggles, especially in the summer. If your room is very hot, simply buy a fan, an AC, or simply go somewhere cooler and never put your phone close to you when you go to sleep. First of all, because it's not good for your body. And second thing, when you set an alarm and you put your phone next to you, you don't even remember when you hit the snooze. So please just keep your phone away from you and across the room, so getting up becomes physical, not just a decision. Sleep when you actually feel sleepy, not because you decided. You decide when to wake up, and when to sleep becomes a decision once you fix and you hold the wake up time. 4 small things, none of them will fix your sleep, but all of them Make one rule possible. I actually go to sleep at 12 a.m. and wake up around 8:30. It's about 8 hours of sleep and I'm happy with it. And sometimes hot nights still break the loop. But by making waking up at 8:30 a non-negotiable decision, I still manage to sleep early. I always reset my sleep scheduling by having enough sunlight in the morning and waking up at the same time every day. And remember, falling asleep is not something you can control. Waking up is. So stop controlling what you can't and start taking action and change the thing that you can control.